also, you know what? Also in the Olympics, the brother who was involved in fencing medaled. We need to talk about him as well because we know about Simone Biles, we know about Simone Manuel, and these two women who basically made history. And Simone Biles is probably going to make history the rest of the way because she's got, I think, 3 more opportunities to get a gold medal. But also, there's a brother that was involved in fencing, and he medaled as well for the United States. So this is a big year. Here's the reality: the United States, #1, has been crushing this Summer Olympics. And guess what? Track and field hasn't even started yet. That kicks off tonight. So some of the big track and field stars. Justin Gatlin, of course, for the men, and Allison Felix for the women, are going to be out there tonight, and we're going to see how the United States fares in track and field. I got a feeling they're going to have a lot more gold medals coming to the United States before it's all said and done. 7:22 on WVON. Larry Huggins and Everett Rand in the studio with me. Larry, we were talking about getting this fixed date. What's the issue, and how come the Bears can't, or the Park District can't give you guys a fixed date every year for the game?
Well, you know, Matt, when you look at the fact that the Bears played 8 regular season games, 2 preseason games, they have various concerts that are there, they have soccer matches, but all of those games, actually, they Field Soldiers Field. So at the end of the day, as we was talking about the Bug Billikens Day Parade, you know, you got to look at the business aspect of it. So until we can actually fill that stadium up, they would not commit a date to us.
Okay.
So we're always at the mercy of the Bears schedule. So instead of us have a year or 2 years to plan an event because we don't have a permanent date, we have to try and do this game in a 90-day span. So we only have 3 to 4 months to do this game, and that's why it's kind of difficult for us to fill the stadium up. So they have made a statement that if we can fill that stadium up, then they would actually give us a permit.
Oh, so that's the challenge right there then.
The challenge is to get the people to come out to support the game, #1. We've proven that black buying power matters. That's the first thing. And the power that we have in our dollars has to be generated to showcase what we can do. But we have to buy early and often. We've got to make sure that the message is clear that this is something that the community wants. The Chicago Football Classic is one of the few events in our community that actually drives dollars into the city of Chicago without a lot of expense on the city and the state. So it's very important that our hotels get filled, that they shop in the black community, that we eat in the black community. So we direct all of our activities. It's called the Chicago Football Classic, so they stay in the city of Chicago. We give them a shopping guide, where to buy in the city, what to see in the city, the Salmon Museum and others. You know, you have done very well here at WVON. We want them to listen to your station to get the right message. Because coming from other areas of the country, especially, we're the only game that's left in the North.
Yeah.
We're considered the North.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Is there any issue about playing the playing field and the condition and playing 24 hours before the Bears play? Is that still an issue?
It is, but it isn't. But what's happening now, the game has taken a life of its own. And we have to make sure that people understand that they need to get there first, but they need to come into the game. If you want to tailgate, the NFL rule is tailgating ends when the games start. So the parking lot is sterile. There is no more tailgating. People have to get that understanding that it's baseball, it's football. That's just the way that things go now.
Right. Hey, you know, we'll party in the parking lot all night if you
Absolutely.
if you let us. The Park District, I don't know who needs to put the money up, but between the Park District and the Bears, one of them just need to put the money up and get the turf. You know, I mean, really, every year, and I'm not even saying that for the sake of the Chicago Football Classic, but it seems like every year during the football season, in December, during a Bears game, we're talking about the condition of the grass. And you look at Green Bay, and Green Bay has rougher weather than in Chicago, and they have that state-of-the-art turf up there that when you watch a game at Green Bay, man, you can't even tell that they're playing on turf as opposed to grass. So between the Park, and I know Park District and Bears have had some tension over the years and always will. I mean, that's just how I guess, you know, landlord-tenant relationships are. But one of them needs, somebody or split it down the middle, go ahead and pay and get that turf in there. And then it's no issue when the Chicago Football Classic is. It's not an issue to turf, but we do have to sell this game out. So that's even more incentive to why to sell the game out so that we can get everybody in there. We can get a set date, and that allows for you guys with sponsors and everything else, with schools, getting different schools in there. That allows for you guys to set this up the right way.
And Matt, and one of the things that a lot of people say to us, why can't you guys get the Tennessee States and the Jackson States and the Marylands to come in? And the reason it's been hard for us to do it because we don't have a permanent date.
Right.
By the time the Bears schedule comes out, those schools are already booked.
Committed.
And they are not going to move that game to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it harder for us. So once we get that permanent date, we can plan 2-3 years ahead.
Right, we don't have the luxury of a dome.
Yeah.
Most of where they play in the South are dome stadiums. The further we go into September, the worse the weather is going to become.
Right.
So we have to try and we can't do Labor Day weekend because kids still aren't back in school. So we have to do the second or third weekend in September.
And I never understood why these cities, in the South have domes, because they have perfect weather all out throughout the fall. I have no idea why Atlanta has a dome. Weather is perfect in Atlanta. New Orleans has a dome, through the fall. I mean, yeah, I get Indianapolis a little bit, but not really. Indianapolis doesn't need a dome. Chicago needs a dome. If there's any city that needs a dome, Minnesota, I get why Minnesota had a dome. I don't even know. They got a new stadium now, football stadium. I don't even know if that's a dome. I think they're a new stadium. Green Bay is outdoor. It's funny when you look at the NFL, the teams that are the coldest do not have a dome. Green Bay and Chicago, but the teams that are in warm weather, New Orleans, Atlanta, I think there's another dome. I think in Texas, I think they got a dome down there. Arizona's got a retractable dome. I get it because it just gets very, very hot down there. But you got these other cities. Seattle has a dome because it just rains so much out there. But I get it. But some of these other cities, Chicago should have a dome. I don't understand why they don't have domes.
Think one word, Super Bowl.
Yeah, brother. Yes, sir, Everett. Guys, anything we should look for coming from Central State or
Carl, you said you guys have competed before. How many times have you all been in the Classic, man?
This is our fourth time.
What's your record?
Little trash talking going on here.
We're 1-3.
1-3.
Uh-oh.
That can be 1-4.
Look at
We still have the battle of the college bands also.
Well, we don't worry about
Y'all got a
that.
band?
Oh, you'll find out.
Well,
You'll find out.
I didn't know they had a band in Ohio.
Okay, and I understand your major is biology.
My degree is in biology.
Okay, well, you're gonna need that degree because then that way you can go ahead and dissect them, see why they put that team on the field.
Is that right?
And since mine is political science, I'll sue them when they put them on.
Oh,
Let the games begin. There you go. I tell you what, ain't nothing like a little trash talk, a little good-natured trash talking going on in the WVON studios. Chicago Football Classic, guys, coming up September 10th. We want you to call 773-734-1600 for tickets, or you can log on to ChicagoFootballClassic.biz. Also at Midway Wholesalers, Right Way Huggins Construction, Walgreens, Ticketmaster. We want you to be there. And
We have, to make this game an experience, we also have a voters registration drive.
yes, we need that.
So we want to make sure that everyone gets their opportunity to participate in the political process.
And-
We have
and
a
it-
vendor marketplace there that day.
If they register at the game, they'll be able to vote in November.
Absolutely.
Good. That's important. 7:29 on WVON. Jonesy's got headline news coming up next. Yeah, we need to get these young people engaged. It's politics, man.
you guys are doing on-site acceptance too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta mention that. So
Do what?
The schools we doing on-site acceptance.
Yeah, it's a college fair
Conditional
here.
acceptance. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're doing conditional acceptance
College
on-site.
fair and tickets after the college fair.
Yeah, we're giving away
They
tickets
gotta
too.
register
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Oh,
Through
before the
the
game.
football classic.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Oh, yeah.
So
We have to mention that.
it's free. And then-
Definitely have to mention that. All right. Absolutely. Absolutely. What you guys doing this weekend? Anything?
Billiken.
You gonna be? I know you gonna be up there. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna do anything. I usually do something in front of the house.
Well, yeah, don't keep that.
48th,
48th,
4006. You know what? I want you to come by and look at my house because I need some recommendations. I need somebody who knows construction to tell me how to rehab this house. It's an incredible house. David's been over. It's an incredible house, man. It was a source of pride for my grandfather, having the ability to buy that house when he bought it.
How much did he pay back then?
$40,000.
That was a lot.
Yeah, see, that's my grandmother told me.
That was a lot in 1920.
Because if you see it, you guys come by, man. If you see the house, you're gonna see why.
It's probably all limestone, right?
Huh?
Limestone?
Yep. And it's on a double lot. Got a coach house in the back. I just don't have money to rehab, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, and so I'm trying to figure out. And you probably can figure out the intelligent way and the affordable way for me to do it, because everybody, and I just, I don't know if you try to do it all at once, like I said, my son going to college took my savings account away from me.
Well, the way to do it is use non-union help.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-union help.
That's a start.
Labor is just so done.
Yeah.